You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
Joined in the studio with James Crane from the Kent County Council Community Wardens, our regular visitor, and we catch up with James normally once every couple of months here at BRFM. James, how do you engage with the community?
Well, I engage with the community by meeting with them with every occasion that I can. I mean, I regularly patrol the streets of my area on foot, and I'm approachable at all times. When I'm not on duty on the street or at the office in Laysdown. I won't actually say the phrase that is not my job, if I don't know the answer, I will always do my best to find someone who does have an answer. I'll meet with groups and give presentations, and I'll always be pleased to discuss any item with any person. Another way that the community wardens on the island can engage with the residents of Sheppey is at the Sheerness Gateway every Monday between 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, where we'll be on hand to answer any queries you may have. The wardens who will be attending this are myself, Cheryl Hendry, who's normally based in Minster, Faye Mahoney, who I've mentioned earlier, she's the community support warden for Swale, and probably in about 2 or 3 months' time, David Osborne, who'll be the new warden who'll be starting in Sheerness West.
James, security advice for those on holiday?
I mean, it's fair to say now that the summer season is going to be approaching us fairly rapidly. I mean we're into middle of April now. Then obviously May, the bank holidays we've got there, and eventually obviously June, Jubilee. July, start of the Olympics. The list is endless coming up for the summer. But it's important to remember that burglars and other crooks take special notice of houses that appear to be empty. So effort should therefore be spent in making an empty house appear to be occupied if you're trying to attempt to deter burglars while you're away from home. The obvious security measures, regardless of the length of time you're away, are to ensure that all doors have 5-lever mortise locks fitted, in addition to the night latches, like your Yale lock or something. Yep. I mean, your windows too should be closed and locked, and devices to lock the windows can be bought quite inexpensively, and quite often these are sufficient to deter a would-be burglar. Double glazed windows are usually manufactured with locking devices fitted, so use these devices and keep the keys handy but out of sight from the window. A precaution that quite a few people overlook is that having the milk delivered to them, and if they can cancel the milk or even the newspaper deliveries during the stay of your holiday, as an accumulation of 15 or 20 milk bottles outside the house or even newspapers sitting on the doorstep, these can give burglars further clues. And always insist that your post person always pushes the mail right through your letterbox. And also use these services of a guardian neighbour to remove any parcels that might be left in the porch until you return home and collect them. This also applies to the delivery of free newspapers, where all too often they are delivered unsolicited and left on show in porches or hanging half out of a letterbox. Very often a neighbour or nearby friend would agree to visit your house on a daily basis. So what they can do is they can draw the curtains across the windows at night, open again in the morning, turn on lights inside the house, etc. Another tactic might be to allow a neighbour to park a car in your driveway or overnight during your absence. Many people have more than one car nowadays, and so that can be considered. I mean, at home there's 3 of us that have got cars on the drive, and we'll quite often move them about, or even take one and leave a neighbour to put theirs on our drive. I mentioned earlier lights. I mean, these can be standard lamps or table lights. They can easily be operated in your absence by time switches, and this makes it appear that someone is at home when in fact you're not. The same device can also be used to switch radios on and off, and this will also give the impression that someone is at home.
I know you wanted to cover hydration and sun cream.
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes to enjoy the sunny weather, as it's not very often in Britain that we can do so at times. I mean, take yesterday for example, really nice day. Then take today.
Another time of year, more or less.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you go from... I think yesterday we ended up with decent weather, hailstones, bit of rain, then sunshine, and now today it's just been raining pretty much constantly. But anyway, it's important to remember a key phrase for the decent weather, and that's slip, slop, slap. And that's to slip on the light shirt to keep the sun off most of your body, or at least most of the sun off your body. Slop on the sunblock to reduce the risk of sunburn, and slap on a hat to keep the sun off your head. Because sunburn could be a major contributor to melanomas, and these can lead to the early onset of skin cancer. So protecting yourself with sun cream is very important. It's also important to remember to keep yourself hydrated, and bottles of water are relatively inexpensive, and they provide essential water to you and reduces the chance of you starting to suffer from dehydration. I knew these signs, yet yesterday I was out, decent weather. I was busy most of the day, and that's the one thing I didn't do, was keep myself dehydrated. Came down with heat exhaustion, sunstroke, whatever you want to call it. Actually ended up in going to bed about 4:30. Slept through to about 9 o'clock because I was just completely out of it, splitting headache, disorientated. All the stuff to go with it.
I was going to say it's one of the easiest things to do, to forget to sort of drink, because you're not. And by the time you feel thirsty, sometimes it's too late. Really.
Yeah, I mean, but by the time you're feeling thirsty, I think you've lost something like 15% of your body's water. So definitely one thing to keep up. Keep up with that's keeping yourself hydrated. But by ensuring the things that I mentioned are done, you should be perfectly suited to safely enjoy the sunshine. And obviously, don't take the lesson from me, and don't drink from about 7:30 in the morning through till about 5 o'clock at night. It wasn't a good move by me.
James, before you go, I was just wondering if you could give our listeners some useful contact details.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the same contacts I give out each time. I've got the ones for Kent Police. I've got Swale Council ones, including the Community Safety Unit, the Out of Hours Dog Centre, the Noise Nuisance, and obviously the main call centre. I've got ones for Kent County Council, including their 24-hour helpline, Kent Highways, and one for training standards. So Kent Police, obviously you got the 39s. There's obviously their emergency number. Their non-emergency number now is 101. It literally just is 101. You can go get through to Kent Police that way. Swale Council, their call centre is 417 850. The Community Safety Unit is 417 193. The Out of Hours Dogs is 07795 237 479. The Out of Hours Noise Nuisance 07881 817 601. Kent County Council, we've got the 24-hour helpline, which is 08458 245 247. Kent Highways, which is 08458 247 800. And finally, we've got trading standards, which is on 08457 585 497.
James, as always, it's great to have you here at the Monday Night Community Show. Thank you very much for coming along.
That's right, Daniel. Thank you very much for inviting me along. I've lost count of how many interviews now, but it's certainly been for a couple of years. I'm
sure we'll see you in a couple of months' time, James.
Yeah, it's fine indeed.
That's James Crane from the Kent County Council Community Wardens, right here at BRFM on the Monday Night Community Show.